Guten Tag. Hi, my name's Lily. I was a CBYX participant this past year, so the 2019-2020 school year. And this week's video is an interview between a past CBYX alum and a current CBYX alum. This is an interview with a family friend of mine named Ryan Horn, and it was just pretty much a fun little interview to discuss what he's learned and how it's all helped him. So stay tuned.
Hey, how's it going? My name's Ryan. I'm from Kansas City, and I was part of the CBYX exchange in 2016-17, and I lived with the host family just outside of Frankfurt, and it's probably one of the best years of my life, and it kind of opened me up to Germany and studying abroad, and I ended up going back to Germany during my studies at K-State, and I hope to go back there someday soon.
Okay, we're going to do a little interview and ask him some different questions about his year abroad and everything else. So, are you ready, Ryan?
Let's go.
Okay, so the first one is, what made you study abroad and why Germany?
I think my favorite class in high school was definitely my German class, and that's definitely because of my German teacher, Frau Watts. She was amazing. And she had a poster in my classroom the entire time during my high school for the CBYX exchange, and it kind of just made me think maybe that could be a possibility. And then when I graduated, I applied to do it during my gap year, and it worked out. So it was all thanks to her.
Okay, well, that's pretty good. Okay, and then what's your favorite German phrase or German word?
Oh, I don't know. I love their word for a song that you have stuck in your head. They say Ohrwurm. Because in English, if you told someone I had an earworm, people want to keep their distance, like, get away from me, dude. But I think that's a cool word.
Mine's juicy, like instead of saying choose, juicy. Yeah, nice, it's more cute. Fun. I don't know. Yeah, my friends are always laughing at me. So, okay, your best German food?
There's a lot, but it's got to be Döner. I miss Döner so much. And you lived in Berlin, so you were in the heart of Döner.
Yeah.
But a nice Döner with yogurt sauce, that is my go-to.
Yeah, no, I think the last time I had the most Döner in Hadersleben.
Okay,
in Berlin. Yeah, I had
the little shop that was there.
Yeah, I had one that was like maybe 5-minute walk from my house in Berlin, but I never went there because I just ran out of time. But
yeah, that's the highlight of the town is the Döner shop and the little grocery store. That's the highlight besides the monastery.
Yeah. Oh, okay. And then, the next one is, did your studying abroad give you ideas for your future, whether that being a career or in college?
Yeah. So I did it as a gap year right before I went to K-State, and I ended up graduating this past May with a degree in German. I studied German language and literature, and not exactly sure what career path I want to take, but I think I'm interested in teaching. And I applied for the Fulbright scholarship to teach English in Germany. It's been postponed due to coronavirus, but I hope that I could get that kind of experience, and I think I might want to be a German teacher so that I could, get some other kids to do the exchange later on in the future, kind of keep the tradition going. So that'd probably be it.
That sounds good. Yeah. Okay. So the next one is, what advice would you give to a future exchange student?
I think I was a little nervous going into it about missing home, missing my friends and family. And I was really relieved when I made some close friends at my German school. And it took a little while. It took a few weeks to probably get to know people well and be accepted into their groups. But I think you should open yourself up at the beginning a lot more, because I think I was kind of shy and quiet, which isn't normal for me. But in that setting, I was just a little nervous being the new kid. So I think try and open yourself up to more groups at the beginning for sure, because you're going to be with these people for the whole year. You might as well get going early,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's good. Oh my gosh. Okay. Most interesting thing to learn about German culture?
I think it's a very party-based culture, and that all ages, all different groups, all backgrounds, they love to have a good time. With my host parents, we would have grill parties and have neighbors come over and hang out. With classmates, we would hang out and have parties together. So I think it's a very close culture, especially within neighbors and neighborhoods. So that's probably one of the coolest things I experienced. Was every weekend we'd be seeing friends, family, having a cookout is a good time.
That's cool. Okay, yeah, good time. But okay, now we're gonna switch over to soccer. So Ryan's a huge soccer fan. Is that right?
Yep, for sure.
Okay. So can you explain how German soccer is different than American soccer?
I think the biggest thing is the popularity and the stadium sizes and just the following that it gets. Because in the U.S. we have the MLS, which is a lot smaller of a league. It's not as popular as Major League Baseball or NFL, but in Germany, the Bundesliga is the hottest ticket. So I think there's a lot more popularity over there, a lot more competition and passion, but it's still similar with a lot of like soccer culture that's starting to grow here in the U.S. But it's definitely a bigger thing there, and it's kind of cool to see a packed stadium with 80,000 people. It's definitely different than here.
When you were studying abroad, when you went to the soccer games, were you in like the normal fan section where it's like pretty mellow and like calm, and it's just like you get a little into the game but not too crazy, or were you in like the crazy like flag waving, everybody standing up the entire time section?
Yeah, so those crazy sections, that's where the ultras are, and I had a good mix of both. I had some friends who were also very passionate ultras, and I was in ultras in the Köln Stadium and Frankfurt and Magdeburg. Those three teams, I was in that section where it's a little crazy and everyone's shoving each other. There's beer flying everywhere, flags, drums. It's a good time. But I also had some other friends who just wanted to watch the soccer. So I went to a few games where I just sit, eat my bratwurst, cheer on the team, but I wouldn't be standing and jumping and screaming. But that is definitely a good time.
Okay. So this is a very biased question throughout everyone in Germany. But what is your favorite team, your favorite soccer team in Germany?
In Germany, it's got to be 1. FC Köln. I've liked that team long before I ever went to Germany, mainly because the goalkeeper has my last name. His name's Timo Horn. So I've always just assumed, we're long lost cousins. And I'm from Kansas City, starts with a K. Köln starts with a K. I mean, I just saw so many connections to that club. So, and actually, the first season of the Bundesliga, Köln was the champion. So, I mean, it's got to be some good history there, because nowadays it's just Bayern München wins it. But Köln's my club.
Okay, yeah. What's your opinion on the Berlin teams? Hertha and FC Union.
I mean, it's really cool. I think that Union's in the first division now, because they can play against Hertha, and that's kind of a cool derby. But the thing is, the Union fans are friends with the team that I despise, which is Borussia Mönchengladbach. So I gotta say, I support Hertha in Berlin.
Anything else you want to share about soccer?
Yeah, there's a lot of passion within clubs in Germany. A lot of teams hate each other with really strong rivalries. The biggest rivalry probably in Germany is between Schalke and Dortmund. And those two cities of Gelsenkirchen and Dortmund are in North Rhine-Westphalia. And if you wear yellow or blue in the wrong city, I think you could probably get attacked and beat up. So that's definitely something you always got to watch out for. There was actually a girl from our CBYX group who lived in one of those towns, and she wanted to get a coat of the other color. She lived in Gelsenkirchen, and she wanted to get a blue or a yellow coat, and her host family was like, "You can't own anything yellow. You're not in Dortmund. This is the wrong city."
Oh wow! Yeah.
So it's definitely passion.
Yeah. That was in Berlin too. It's like everybody you're either Hertha or FC Union, where it's like there's no in between. And when it's the day where they're playing each other, that's when everybody's watching it on TV.
You're either red or blue, yeah.
Yes. So luckily I had a color of both t-shirts. So
there you go. You're safe no matter what.
Yeah.
Thank you all for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you want to see more interviews with other CBYX alum, I will be happy to make more of them. And I hope this was very informational. and that it kind of shows how the CBYX program helps lead on to future events and how every person's year is different. So I hope you all enjoyed, and Dankeschön und auf Wiedersehen.